Hi, and welcome back to Sense and Sensitivity. I wanted to talk about the routine I've been doing lately that's been keeping my skin really happy and is mostly drugstore and easily available and pretty affordable prices. So I am currently living in the Midwest, so the weather is different than the Pacific Northwest. It's been hotter and more humid, although I'm in mountain time still, so I'm not like full on Midwest, although I will be moving there soon. Anyway, so my skin has changed. It's a little bit less dry and it gets more oily. But I finally purchased the Prequel Cleanser. Angie, I'm pretty sure if you're watching, you recommended this probably over a year ago, and I'm loving it. Not drying, cleans my SPF pretty well. I still use the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint. I'll talk about that in a little bit, but it mostly gets that off as long as I'm very careful with the way I wash. I was really sick of doing my double cleanse with the Bioderma. I just felt like it was too much rubbing. So what I do with that is I do a full pump, lather it. I wet my face first, full pump, lather it. I wash it on my face, then I rinse my hands to get some of the residue off, and I go in again just with the wet hands, massaging again, and I'll do that a couple of times, and I feel like that kind of takes some of the product off, but there's still plenty of lather to keep going. And as long as I'm really careful, especially in the folds of my nose, it does get everything off, which is just tinted sunscreen, occasionally a little bit of powder or concealer. If I'm wearing tons of sunscreen because I'm hiking that day or at the beach or something, well, not at the beach here, but at the lake, I will use my Bioderma for super saturated cotton pad so that it's just like really wet and on my skin to kind of break stuff down, rinse that, and then go in with that. And I'm really loving it. I think I'm just gonna have my husband start using this. He's using my Ilia face wash that I purchased before this. That's the foam one. That one is okay, but it's more drying. This is really the first cleanser I've used that is pretty much a one and done and is kind of very lightly foaming, lathering, but not drying. So love that. And I'm very curious about other products from their brand. In the morning, because my skin has been oilier, I'm just using a little bit of Cetaphil, but this honestly does nothing in terms of getting makeup or sunscreen off for me. So it's just to refresh my skin lightly in the morning before I put on my prescription, and then I go in with the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint SPF 40. I'm using my Osea Ocean Eyes eye gel. I really like this. I got this during Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty 2 times ago, and some of it leaked during our move, I think, with the pressure changes. So I use it twice a day, every day, so I think it lasts a long time. I don't know if I'll repurchase it unless it's on sale because it is quite expensive, but no, I bought it in the one in spring, so it's, so one won't last you a full year is, I guess, the math I'm trying to do. You probably have to buy 2 in a year, and it's like $50 or $60 each. So I don't know if I'll repurchase it unless it's on sale, but I do really like it. I like the cooling effect. It's hard for me to say what it does for under my eyes because I am a mom to a preschooler and a toddler, so my sleep isn't always great. We've been moving, lots of stress and different things, and I also just have genetic tendencies for dark under eyes. Right now, I've got some concealer on, so I think they look better than they are. But I think it does hydrate the skin. Maybe it does something for the dark circles. It just feels really good and cooling. Okay, moisturizer. I finally bought this just on Amazon, the Cetaphil Skin Redness Night Moisturizer, and I'm loving it. Shock of all shocks. It's great. I'm looking at the bottle right now. It was $7 or something like that on Amazon. I use about 2.5 pumps at night. I put it all around my eyes and on my neck too. And I don't think it's irritated my skin at all. And it's very moisturizing, but not super heavy. So I'm very, very light with how I apply it in my T-zone. But what I like about it is it's one of the few moisturizers I've tried that actually doesn't feel super heavy, but still holds in moisture. Even heavier moisturizers I've used in the past seem to not, it's like they soak into the skin and kind of dry up or dissipate. This one feels kind of bouncy and stays that way overnight. So it's probably because it has silicones in it, and I've generally avoided those, not for any reason, because I don't think my skin negatively reacts to them. Luckily, it does have dimethicone in it, but I think that's probably helping it kind of like stay on the skin and keep it moisturized. But with this, I'm not wanting more. My skin's not wanting oil at all. And so kind of can't beat that. So yeah, I'm really liking this. I think it has ceramides, it's got caffeine, it's got allantoin, which I think is from aloe vera, licorice extract, which are the redness reducing, and then it does have niacinamide. And I think it does have some sort of it's got oils. It does have sodium hyaluronate. It's really good. It's really good. I like it a lot. So yeah, if you don't like niacinamide, you know, it might not work out for you. You could try it, you could patch test it, but I'm surprised by how much I like it. So that is my budget. This is $17 for a huge tub of this. This, you know, I don't know, this one's like $3, but a big one is $10. This was $7 and is going to last me quite a while. And then this was $50 or so. So pretty affordable, pretty easy things to get. It's been making my skin really happy. So I like that. Now, I would love your suggestions for sunscreens. I am trying, I think my issue is that with the tinted Ilia, I like having something tinted, but I think applying enough of it is not like layering well on my skin, and it's sort of exacerbating some of my texture issues. So I'm wondering if I need to really just move on to a sheer sunscreen and then go in with foundation and target areas, because really it's just well, it's like a little triangle right here that I like to do some redness control on. And so I'm wondering if that's better, because I just feel like if I look in a mirror, it looks okay right now, I think, on camera, but if I look in a mirror, it looks kind of patchy and shows texture, like I said, even streaky at times. And I think it's just because to apply the proper amount, it doesn't soak in well. I'm looking at the Merit tinted one, but like I said, I'm wondering if I really just need to go in with a sheer sunscreen and then target with concealer or foundation. So if you have recs for sunscreens you love, also what I've been doing research, and I found out that the Ilia, the Merit, the Prequel one, a lot of these mineral sunscreens have chemical sunscreen ingredients that are kind of derivatives of the actual chemical sunscreens, so they don't have to be labeled as that. Like the one that those three I just mentioned use is called butyl octyl salicylate, and that's very similar to a chemical sunscreen. So on the one hand, I don't think my skin is reacting negatively to it because I've used it for so long, and I don't think it's a new ingredient they've put in, and it's kind of like an SPF booster, but it's not regulated by the FDA, so they don't have to put it as an active ingredient, so they can still say that these are all mineral sunscreens, even though they have what some cosmetic scientists are saying are chemical sunscreen ingredients. But it is not good for the environment, for the water. So, you know, there's having super sensitive skin with rosacea, needing to use sun protection and finding something that works for you, and balancing that with, well, I really would like to not use an ingredient that is very damaging to the water and ocean life long term if I don't have to. So, you know, that's another thing where I might look into a mineral with no additives, sheer sunscreen, and go in with foundation. So if you have recs for mineral sunscreens and or foundations that you really like, please let me know. That's it for today's video. Let me know below if you have any questions or comments. Thanks so much for watching, and talk soon. Bye for now.